Everybody, I'm going to finish a topic I did in another video. In my video of Christian carry, I brought up the idea that of preachers carrying in the pulpit. And I'll discuss my thoughts on that issue now. Now, in my opinion, well, actually from experience, preachers aren't much different from people. I mean, preachers are human just like you are human. I mean, some people think preachers are a whole nother race of people that are naturally elevated to a higher level and have a bunch of guidelines and all this stuff to them attached to the preachers of a separate race than than humans. Well, in a way, God does hold them in a higher esteem, and we should respect and honor preachers. Take their ministry, their career away, and they're just humans like everybody else is. So if it's okay for you to carry, it should be okay for preachers to carry. I mean, what's the difference? The only thing is their occupation. Now, I know what some of you are thinking.
Isn't one of the qualifications for being a preacher not being a brawler?
But anybody in their right mind is going to use a weapon as a defense tool, not as a means of attacking and venting rage and shooting needlessly. That's what a brawler is. Not anybody in the right mind will not be a brawler. They will be a defender, and that is what preachers do when they carry. Now, as far as from the pulpit, I know what some of you are thinking.
Is he expecting trouble?
But that's not exactly the case. If he was expecting trouble, he would have volunteer members standing up with some sort of assault rifle, the AR, AKs, whatever, around the auditorium in certain positions. They would open carry like massive Glocks, 500 Magnums, something like that. People standing around like that. If you were expecting trouble, you would have rifles and shotguns all over the place, not concealing a handgun. And that goes into something else. So no, he's not expecting trouble. Let's study the linguistics of the word pastor. Now in Spanish, the word for pastor and shepherd are the same word. You say el pastor, you could be talking about a pastor, or you could be talking about a shepherd. It's the same word. Just like language and tongue, like tongue and language is the same word in Spanish also, lengua. So preachers, and you can see this all through the Bible, preachers being compared to shepherds. And shepherds had a rod, right? And the rod wasn't to just boss around the sheep with. It was used to defend from wolves. I mean, David, think of David, the man after God's own heart. Not only was he a warrior, but when he was a shepherd, he had a sling that he killed animals trying to eat his flock. And I believe that's what a preacher concealing a gun on him is. He's defending his flock from animals that would like to eat his flock. Now, should a preacher go and shoot up a bunch of Mormons? Should he go and shoot up a bunch of Muslims? No. He shouldn't be the aggressor, but if they attack his church, as in literally, Sunday morning, 10:30, your service starts at 10, and 10:30, a bunch of Islamic jihadists come in and start shooting up the place. He should take out and shoot it. He should defend his flock and shoot at the jihadists. Now he shouldn't go to a mosque, pull out his Taurus judge and start shooting up people. That any idiot, I mean, that'd be wrong for any idiot to do. If it's wrong for a person to do that, it's definitely wrong for a pastor to do it. So that's my thought on the topic. Now think about this. What is the best tactical vantage point in any auditorium you've been in? It's the pulpit. it's raised up from it's on a higher elevated from most every other place, and in most auditoriums I've been in, you can see all the most of the exits from the pulpit. So if somebody comes in, he has the best vantage point to take out the threat. Now, whether or not you as a preacher want to do that, if there's any preachers watching, if any of you decided to want to do that, I'm all for it. But, like I said in my other video, if you feel like a lesser preacher doing that, or you can't feel comfortable with God doing that, don't do it. Like I said in the other video, if something comes in between you and God, don't do it, okay? But, in my opinion, I'm fine with preachers conceal carrying behind the pulpit. I wouldn't brandish a weapon from the pulpit. I wouldn't open carry from the pulpit, because then it would look like you were expecting trouble. When you openly carry any weapon, in modern times, you're looking for trouble. And then looking for trouble is a completely different subject, but that's my thought. Should preachers carry from the pulpit? Why not? And as always, I'll remind you to walk a Christian walk and carry a loaded Glock.